that are most suited in the foundation phase. So there's this lovely quote that says, "Formative assessments are the way a classroom teacher can check to make sure everyone arrives at the destination of learning." So think for a moment. Pretend you are a parent that has a child in grade R. What type of information do you think you will expect to be shared with you by the teacher? And how do you think the teacher should obtain this information? So let's look at assessment methods. So first of all, we're going to look at the use of tests, parent information, observation, learners' work and portfolios, and this can be found on your textbook on page 30 to 46. So let's go back to those questions I posed to you. And this comes back to a school readiness test. So why is there a school readiness test? So this test is there to determine whether the young child is ready for school. It can identify possible learning barriers, and it can provide the child with additional assistance. It can identify a learner who is not yet ready for school, and they can first complete additional preschool years if they are too young, remembering that in grade R, a child can be between the age of 4 and 6. Then group school beginners according to their degree of readiness in the groups to improve the quality of teaching. So before the children get into grade 1, the teacher can already put them into groups that are conducive to learning. So let's look at the use of tests in foundation phase. Now, we already know that this is not the best method in foundation phase, but they are used in the foundation phase. So young children need to be more relaxed to develop their best efforts. So the young learners, their verbal capabilities are limited, so they might not be able to understand the questions that are being asked, which could lead to invalid test results. Also, we can't measure their social and emotional development by using a test-based scenario. And then this could also lead to teaching to the test, where teachers specifically look at the content that's going to be coming out in the test and only specifically teach that content, which isn't developing the holistic view. About the young learner in terms of their background, because parents are the primary teachers of children. So how can we go about collecting information from parents? This can be done from the registration forms that parents fill in when registering their child to the school. It can also be through informal conversations that you potentially have with the parent every day. Parent evenings are a great way where you can gather information, and obviously formal interviews that you could have with the parents regarding their child. Observation is the most valuable assessment method in foundation phase. There are many reasons for this. So it provides information about what actually happens in the classroom. The teacher can determine the learner's individual type of learning and their learning style in order to accommodate for this. It's non-invasive and unobtrusive in nature, and most of the time children should not know that they are being observed. So they don't know that you're observing them, and this of course is going to ease their nerves and they won't have anxiety about this. It also allows for the social interactions to be assessed. So as mentioned earlier, standardized tests and tests cannot assess the emotional and social well-being of children, which is essential in the foundation phase. The next way is to have learners' work and portfolios. So this is the most valuable assessment method in foundation phase. Okay, so let's have a look. You could have a visual record of the learner's learning and development by collecting pieces of their work. You can assess the development in the learner's learning progress and thought processes. You can also have a concrete representation of the children's progress throughout the year. And activities must include a collection of examples collected over a period of time. So for example, in their handwriting book could either be for the term or for the year, and then you can see the development of their handwriting from January all the way through to December. Examples can also be viewed as a part of a bigger picture when they're all together. So it really is a great idea to develop these portfolios through folders or through workbooks.